Welcome to the Know. I'm Ashley Jenkins. Last month's Steam Autumn Sale brought in a brand new yearly tradition. While we think it's going to be a yearly tradition, we'll see. Valve tends to trade them in and out as they please. But it was the Steam Awards, where we can honor the best games on their platform. The votes are in, and Valve has now published the official nominees for 2016. There are a ton of categories, 8 that were originally on the list and 4 that Valve added thanks to votes, honoring villains, plot twists, knowing about a game before it was cool, explosions, games you love to hate, and really the list just keeps on going. Getting the most nominations were Doom, The Witcher 3, Terraria, Stardew Valley, yay, and Grand Theft Auto 5 with 2 apiece, but curiously absent was any mention of Valve's own Half-Life 2. I don't know if you guys know this, but there was a pretty huge campaign via the community to get Half-Life 2 Episode 2 nominated in a writing category as game most in need of a sequel, with over 12,000 upvotes on Reddit, just on Reddit alone. Despite that massive push, it looks like Valve opted instead to add some different categories. And can you really blame them? Because they're probably like, oh, this again? I'm sorry, I need to go count my money. The 3rd season of Telltale's The Walking Dead kicks off today, and some of the reviews are starting to come in for the first 2 episodes. The New Frontier is so far getting pretty favorable ratings from a number of outlets, with some of the most notable ones being Polygon with a 7.5, Destructoid with an 8.5, GameSpot with a 9, and IGN with an 8.8. None of this 0.5 business. Overall, the reviewers really enjoyed the new characters, but most especially the return of Clementine, who's been through some major shit in the interim between seasons 2 and 3. Games Radar writes, A New Frontier still retains the series' uncanny ability to lull you into a sense of calm character development before grabbing you by the throat and strangling you with the threat of survivor-on-survivor violence. There aren't any user reviews out at the time of writing, but we'll be looking forward to hearing your thoughts on it as soon as you play. Remember to leave them in the comments and be like, oh my god, but not the spoiler parts, okay? The internet's been speculating about next year's Thor Ragnarok and that it will feature the Planet Hulk storyline, thanks to leaked concept art and the fact that it features a Thor and Hulk galactic road trip. And now it seems we've got full-on confirmation. In a new interview with Total Film, director Taika Waititi let it slip that in an important location in the storyline, Sakaar is one of the movie's big locations as well, saying, Sakaar was just an insane, far-off, futuristic place, which was the biggest shift for the film and these characters. Comic book fans will, of course, know Sakaar as the planet where Hulk did his gladiatorial battles and gathered an army for himself, which ultimately ended up with him coming to Earth and starting World War Hulk. So, maybe let's hope that that doesn't quite come to pass in the MCU, because that would be sad, but awesome, but it would really make things messy for the whole, Infinity Wars coming up. Thanks to Rogue One's huge success, Disney has officially set a new box office record for 2016, having made $7 billion globally this year. That tops Universal's record of $6.9 billion last year when it released blockbusters like Jurassic World, Furious 7, and Minions. But this year belongs to Disney. In the North American market, it had 24% of the market share, which means that almost a quarter of the revenue for all the movie releases were Disney movies. Of course, Disney had an insanely strong lineup this year, including Captain America Civil War, Finding Dory, Zootopia, which was amazing, The Jungle Book, and Doctor Strange. And there's still a week and a half to go in 2016, which means that Disney still has time to add to its record. Rogue One made more than $290 million worldwide its opening weekend, which included $155 million in the US. And something tells us probably not done making money, so they're gonna bump that record up even further. A big part of any action movie is the sound. Big explosions, an adrenaline-pumping score, earth-shaking crashes. Well, IMAX uploaded a trailer for the upcoming The Mummy movie, and it had none of that. In fact, most of the sound was missing completely, which created some hilarious unintentional comedy, like when we see Tom Cruise riding in a soundless airplane that's attacked by bats, which forced the plane to crash silently. The only audio channel we actually hear is of Tom Cruise screaming as he's bounced around the plane's interior, so instead of being intense and suspenseful, it basically plays out like a Benny Hill station. IMAX quickly took the clip down, but thanks to the internet, it will live forever. You can find it very easily, I promise, and honestly, it may be more entertaining than the actual movie. That remains to be seen. Now, it's a new day for Street Fighter V players. The game's second season starts today, and Capcom is releasing a huge new patch with tons of balance changes. That includes tweaking moves for every character and some pretty other big changes like punishing players for rage quitting. The complete list of changes was outlined in a 92-page PDF from Capcom, and there's a briefer summary. It's only 1,700 words up on Steam. But yeah, basically everything is going to be affected by this patch. Every character, every move, hitbox changes, even direct input controllers will now be usable. The game will also more severely punish players who quit before a game is done. Those players will be matched up against their rage-quitting brethren, so you end up in like a pool of shame. And if they keep dropping out early, they'll get a brand of dishonor on their player profile. That's serious business. Classic RPG lovers are getting a unique gift this holiday season, a brand new RPG franchise from beloved developer Atlus. Famitsu has revealed that the company will be debuting a brand new fantasy RPG that's not Shin Megami Tensei or Persona related. The new game is being developed by a recently added studio, Studio Zero, and will feature Persona 5's director, Katsura Hashino, as head of the project. So far, all they've released is some concept art, but expect the full reveal trailer later this week on December 23rd. Now, considering the development time on Persona 5, hopefully, fingers crossed, we're playing this one before 2020. But hey, we can always get excited about more awesome RPGs coming our way. It's a fun time. Unless they're Kingdom Hearts 3 and they never come out. If you're one of those people who uses the internet to watch porn, of course you are, here's a tip. Don't buy your computer in South Carolina. A bill filed earlier this month by state lawmaker Bill Chumley, which would be a decent porn star name itself actually, would require computer makers and sellers to install porn filters to prevent users from accessing sexual material, according to ZDNet. Chumley said the goal is to prevent access to sites that facilitate prostitution and trafficking. But apparently, buyers would be able to pay to have the block removed, and proceeds would go to the State Attorney General's Human Trafficking Task Force, according to a state newspaper. Now, this isn't exactly the first time that a porn block law has been proposed, but all of them have been struck down as unconstitutional. So, yeah, this law probably won't last either, but in the meantime, just go somewhere else to buy your porn machines. I mean, honestly. That's about all the news for today. Let us know all the feedback from the stories in the comments below. And for more news from every corner of the internet, make sure you like this video, subscribe to The Know, and commiserate about how Kingdom Hearts 3 is an RPG that was announced but that we're excited about that is not coming out ever.
Alright, we are rolling. I agree.
Dr. Zero.
I agree, we are rolling, yes.
All right, Dr. Zero coming at you.